No, but
Perfect. I
on
think we're
live
live.
recording 7, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds.
Let's go. Well, glad to see you, Ben. Glad to be here.
Yeah, likewise, man. Well, it's 9:29 now, so we'll give it another minute before we get this show on the road. Actually, we'll keep this show on the computer screen. I'm not going anywhere.
Let's see. Wow, boom. There's our logo looking pretty.
Oh, on the top right?
Yeah, I'll leave it in the top right.
Nice. Yeah, so it's 9:30. You ready to get started?
Say let's roll.
Awesome. Hello and welcome everyone to the very first If for Business live stream. Today's episode is going to be SEO for local businesses. My name is Ben. I'll be your host for today, and I'm joining you all from Oakland, California. One thing that you might want to know about Oakland is that as recent as 3 years ago, we had 3 professional sports teams in Oakland, and now we have 0. So a moment of silence for that. Joining me is your other host, Tripp Stanford. Tripp is our resident SEO and marketing content guru here at IFT.
Hey guys, what's up? Nice to see you. You also probably see me on our TikTok, our YouTube channel. I run a lot of our content marketing here at IFT. But in a previous life, I ran an agency where I helped small businesses rank well on Google for local search, and then also do all the Facebook ads, Google ads, email marketing to help kind of grow their small local businesses. So I'm really pumped to talk about local SEO today, and really excited to dive into our Google My Business service on IFT and teach you how to automate your local SEO with IFT.
Thank you. And by the way, Tripp is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Chattanooga, if you aren't aware, is the home of the moon pie snack. So if you've never heard of a moon pie, be sure to Google that. And it's also the place of the very first Coca-Cola bottling plant.
Yeah, we love our snacks here in Chattanooga.
Love your sugar, yeah. All right, so the stream should last probably 30 to 45 minutes today. First, want to go over who we're doing this for, why we started this live stream series. Tripp, again, is going to go over the ABCs of SEO for local business. And a big part of that is going to be, of course, Google My Business or Google My Business profile on IFT. And we're going to talk about how you can automate your Google My Business profile on IFT. There will be time for questions. We do ask that if you write in a question that you give us your name and what city you're joining us from. And at the very end, we're going to give away to one lucky guest. We're going to give away 1 free year of IFT Pro Plus, valued at about, I believe, $60. And for everyone else that doesn't win the 1 year free Pro Plus, we're going to give away we're going to share a 30% off promotion code for 1 year of IFT Pro. So real quick, who we're doing this for, our fastest growing segment right now of users at IFT is what we call internally the enterprise of one. Think solopreneur, small business owner. This could be, like you see in the photos, this could be a candle maker, DIY, content creator, podcaster, basically just really talented people who are monetizing their talents in the form of a business. And what IFT does for these individuals is we connect the tools that they use every day and automate them to ultimately save them time on what would be repetitive tasks so that they can focus more on the things that they're really good at. So Tripp, tell us about SEO. Besides knowing that SEO stands for search engine optimization, how should we be thinking about it as solopreneurs or small business owners or someone that's just getting ready to launch a business for the first time?
Yeah, so I threw up the history of local SEO here with a book that a lot of us remember from our childhoods, the Yellow Pages. All right. And that's because that's where it started. So Google has multiple algorithms whenever you do a search on Google. And one of them is a local SEO algorithm. And that's when you do a search where Google thinks you're looking for something local, right? So you say movers near me, or HVAC company near me, or like you add that geo modifier in there. So you can say movers Chattanooga or movers Oakland, California. You're going to get a different search page, a results page, and it's most likely going to include a map pack in there. And what that map pack exists is your Google My Business profile, and it shows like the top 3 local businesses in your area for the service you're looking for. All right. So when Google was designing their local search algorithm, they basically looked to the best source of local business information that existed out there in the mid 2000s. And that was Yellow Book. Right. So everyone, my mom still probably has 20 years of Yellow Books in her cupboard that she won't get rid of because she trusts that information so much. And I told her, I was like, Mom, you've got Google now. You can just search for a plumbing company near me or a cleaning company near me. And she's like, no, that I trust those Yellow Books. I know that if I open that up and call that phone number, it's going to land on whoever I'm looking for, you know? So Google, whenever they're designing their local search algorithm, they basically scraped the Yellow Book website and all of those businesses and populated their search algorithm with those businesses. And now, 15 years later, you basically create a Google My Business and you make sure your name, address, and phone number and website are as accurate as possible on there with whatever directory, like other citations you have. So that's your Facebook page, your Yelp page, your Better Business Bureau page. And it's going to allow you to rank a little bit higher because Google trusts that your business exists in that location. But yeah, I just thought this is kind of a funny throwback to how the local SEO started and kind of where it's going. And so if you click to this next slide.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this photo is a little bit before my time. So I'm not sure how I know this, but I think this is from an ad that they ran where it's like, let your fingers do the talking or let your fingers do the walking kind of commercial that they ran.
All right, so this is I searched movers near me here in Chattanooga, and this is a local search that appeared. This is our desktop version. Half of your searches happen on your mobile device now. And on the right side is that local map pack. I just kind of want to walk through a few features of this local map pack. So the user has the opportunity to click to your website, drive new awareness to your website. If they're on the mobile app and they're searching for movers near me, there's a big call button on there that they can click and then drive new phone calls to your business. But then, yeah, basically you really want to show up on this map pack because 70% of your clicks are going to happen here. All right. So it's really important to rank well on your local business. And in this next slide, I kind of walk through some of the different variables to ranking well. So I sourced this from brightlocal.com. It's basically a tool that you use to rank well on local search. It kind of gives you all the variables of all your competitors and shows you like where you're lacking so you can improve that so you can have a better Google My Business page. So if you can look on the left side, it says local pack. The number one variable is your Google My Business profile. All right. So this is making sure your Google My Business profile is up to date with your name, address, and phone number. That name, address, and phone number matches the same name, address, and phone number on your website. So that's your on-page variable. But then your Google My Business profile has a lot of good quality reviews and then a lot of quantity reviews. You need both to rank well because Google scrapes those reviews to make sure that you're like ranking for specific keywords. So if I'm a mover, I want people to write, hey, they did a great long distance move on my Google My Business profile review, because then I will rank more for long distance movers near me, right? Or any of those kind of long tail kind of niche keywords. So you want a lot of quantity reviews, quality reviews, and a lot of pictures. People look through pictures. If you're a local restaurant, for sure, people are looking through your menu, what your dishes look like, to kind of see, like, what should I dress? What quality of restaurant is this? What looks good? What should I buy when I get there? So I think pictures are really important. Reviews are really important. And then just making sure all the name and address and phone number is accurate. And if you scroll down, you'll see on page is your website content, making sure you've got movers on your website along with movers as the category of your Google My Business. Reviews is the third highest valued local map pack variable. Inbound links, this is still valuable, not as valuable as it is like on your classic Google search. But if you are a local business and you sponsor the local Little League, you want them to link back to your website. And that's a local website linking back to your website. If you get some press articles in the local newspaper and they link back to your website, those are all good inbound links that helps show Google you're trustworthy and your website's trustworthy. And then below that is behavioral. That's if people search movers and they find your Google My Business and they click call or they go to your website and they don't bounce. That's a behavioral metric. And then below that is citations. So that's making sure your name, address, and phone number is the exact same across Facebook, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Yellow Pages, and then Google My Business. So that's all I'm going to talk about this. But I think if you kind of invest in your Google My Business and then do everything else, so like drive new reviews constantly, respond to reviews, add new images, and interact with your Google My Business profile, those are really good, stable foundations to ranking well on Google. And that's just a part of, like, you should be doing social media. You should also be really interacting with your Google My Business profile if you're a local business and you want to rank for those local searches.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I added this slide in here, Tripp. My wife has a birthday coming up, and
tell her happy birthday.
Absolutely. I'll let her know. So every year she wants a cake. We just moved to Oakland, and I didn't know where cakes were, where to buy a cake.
Yep.
So I did this very thing. I typed in birthday cake near me, and I got Sweet Bar Bakery, Gregory's Gourmet, and Angel Cakes.
Yep.
Now, one of these three is going to get my business.
Oh, totally.
There is, of course, a button that says more places, but I'm going to attempt to reach one of these places. Tell us why. Give us maybe a few reasons why these three sort of are in the lead of the race right now to get my dollars.
Yep. So proximity is another variable. So like, how close is a business to where you're searching from on your mobile device or your desktop? It's important, but you can't really change that. So like, just think about that, like, as you're building your business, or if you even started your business, is my HVAC company like headquartered, the HQ, where like I'm going to place my Google My Business profile near other people? Most of the time you are, like, if you're a baking business or a cake making business, and you've got like a storefront, you're mostly going to be in a populated area with people walking by, so then you're already naturally close to a lot of people. So first off, that was personal. That's why these three popped up. If there's like 20 businesses in Oakland, the closest 5 to 6 are going to be the ones popping up. And then you really want your reviews and your Google My Business like profile to pop up, just because you've invested a lot of time and effort into it. So if you actually look over here, Sweet Bar Bakery has 423 reviews. And they're a 4.5 out of 5 star rating. So if you look below that, Gregor's Gourmet Desserts has less than half the quantity of reviews, but they have a higher quality. So they have a 4.7 out of 5. So in this perspective, even Angel Cakes below has a 4.7. It was that quantity of reviews that really pushed Sweet Bar Bakery above the other two. Even though they had a lesser quality. And so this is why I tell like everyone I've worked with before is it doesn't matter what someone reviews you. So if they give you a 1 star, you really want that volume, that quantity of reviews on your Google My Business profile to rank well. And if they give you that 1 star, that's great because you get to respond to them. You can figure out why like they gave you a 1 star and you can work to fix it. And then whenever someone's looking at your Google My Business profile, they see that, oh, this business is really responsive to negative reviews. They're going to work to give me a good product or give me a great service, even if my service is less than expected. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are scared of getting reviews, but I think every bad review is a good opportunity to change someone's mind. And it shows future customers that you care and you're going to work to try and give them a good quality service. So, yeah.
I've never actually sent a review on Google or Yelp, but I've written probably like 15 of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like in the heat of the moment, after I've had a bad experience, I'll write something and then I'll take a look at it and it's sort of my way of getting my frustrations out. Like, let me vent to this keypad real quick.
Yep.
And then I'll delete it. But I think a lot of people that do, in fact, go beyond that next step and actually send a bad review, I think sometimes they just want to be heard.
Oh, for sure.
That's the whole point of why they're writing it. I don't think people are trying to be malicious and bring you down. And so it does create a good opportunity to, create a customer for life. If someone comes in and, you take that next step to respond to them. Yeah, it's a big deal for a lot of people.
Oh, for sure. And they can always change their reviews. So really shoot for quantity and you'll end up with a good quality review score. So that's what I tell everyone. So
well, I think Tripp, that's actually a good segue into our first IFTTT automation.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So this first applet, and by the way, an applet is just what we call, it's the name that we use for an automation. Mm-hmm. And every applet on IFTTT consists of one trigger and at least one action. So if stands for if this, then that. So if one trigger happens, do this one action, right? Or do these multiple actions. So the applet that you see here to the left fires, the trigger is coming from Google My Business profile. Mm-hmm. And it fires every time we get a new review on our Google profile. And the action is from a service called Todoist, and Todoist is a task management platform. So every time you get a review, it creates a to-do for you that you'll need to follow up with to respond to that review. A couple of, I've got some logo cards here to the right of some other good options for something like this in terms of an action. So you can have you get a review, you can block off time in your calendar for the next day. So you actually have time to respond to that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
You can have those reviews sent to, message boards like Discord and Slack so that your entire team can have a look at it. And awesome. Someone can respond to it. If it's bad, you can celebrate it together. If it's really good.
That's awesome.
You can
I totally think you should respond to every review. If it's a good one, say thank you for, buying our product, using our service. We'd love to have you again. And then if it's a bad one, try and work to fix it. But by responding, you're also telling Google that you're an active business, which is a good signal to ranking well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'll just call out a few more of these. You can have, if you want to get, the reviews right away, you can have them sent to you SMS or Android SMS. And if you're really proud of your reviews and you're going to get all 5 stars, you could have them sent to as posts on things like Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I love that one. That's like automated social media content that you're sharing with your audience, and it's social proof. It's showing your audience that you're providing quality services. If you're sharing those 5-star reviews with your audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the final one here that I really like is the email digest service. And if let's say if you're getting a lot of reviews and you don't want to stop what you're doing every time you get a review to respond or take action, you can set up like an weekly email digest. It'll take all of your reviews from that previous week and they'll send them to you in one clean email at a
that's awesome.
specified date and time. Yeah. So sorry, did you have something?
No, I think this is a great, there's a lot you can do. I mean, our Google My Business services can connect to over 800 tools on IFT. So I think these are all great, but yeah, I think you can definitely create some really custom, cool applets with our Google My Business.
And another thing too, by the way, it doesn't have to be like either or, right? It doesn't have to be like, well, let me connect my Google to my Todoist, or should I do it to my Google Task, or should I do it to Slack or Discord? You can, one of the features of Pro Plus is that you can have, multiple actions. So you could actually have, run all of these. You can create multiple applets, don't get me wrong, but you can actually create one applet that includes all 9 of these services.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this next applet might look a little intimidating, but I'm going to simplify it for us. Basically, this applet fires the same way the last one does. It fires every time we get a new review on our Google My Business profile. And the action is also with the service Google My Business profile. And it's just to send an automated response to that review. So obviously, we add a step in here of filter code. And that's where IFT comes in, is once you get a review, it goes to IFT. And IFT determines through this code that we have written here, whether it's a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star, or 0. And cool. It sets up an automated response based on how many stars you get. So for example, if you get a 5-star or a 4-star review, the response that you're going to send is, thank you for the amazing review. We're delighted that you had a positive experience with us. If you could kindly share your feedback with others, we would greatly appreciate it. And then on the other end of the spectrum, if you get a 1, 2, or 0 stars, the response could say something like, thank you for providing your review. We apologize for any inconvenience or disappointment you may have experienced. We take your feedback seriously, and we would appreciate the opportunity to address your concerns directly. Please reach out to our customer support team so that we can work towards resolving the issue and ensuring your satisfaction.
Wow, that's awesome. So this takes out like the manual response, setting aside a time to respond manually. You can kind of just respond automatically. And like, just in case like you get that bad review and you haven't responded in a week, this will really encourage that person to connect with you and show potential other customers that you're really wanting to fix any problems that occur, right?
Yeah, and I think it's good to respond in person to these as well. But this is, like you said, it's just a good way to let them know, hey, we're on it. We see you, we hear you, and we're gonna work to fix this. Or if it's a great review, we'd love you to amplify this, right? That kind of thing.
No, this is awesome. I think this is amazing.
All right, so on to the next applet. So Tripp mentioned earlier that it's really important to have photos on your Google My Business profile. And I can say for me personally, if I go to a business, or if I go to someone's Yelp or someone's LinkedIn profile, anything like that, and they don't have a photo, it's always a big red flag for me. So this applet eliminates that completely. And the way it works is the trigger is coming from Instagram. So if your business, and hopefully in the year 2023, your business has, regardless of industry, your business probably should have an Instagram. And your business has Instagram. They take photos, they post those photos to their Instagram, and the applet here is taking that photo from Instagram and it's sending it directly as a standard post to your Google My Business profile. So your Google My Business profile is benefiting because it's staying active. And at the same time, it's actually a great way to promote your social media to people that otherwise wouldn't find it, right? So it kind of works both ways there. And I will say that, this can be done with Instagram. I put some other cards here to the right of services on IF that would also kind of help you achieve the same thing. So anytime you have an Android or an iOS photo, you can do something very similar with Facebook. We have a camera widget. And also Google Drive is a good one as well. If you have a bunch of photos that all go to your Google Drive and you want to place a photo in a specific folder, and that can be the trigger for sending that to your Google profile.
Yeah, no, I think this is awesome. This like cross posts from your Instagram to your Google My Business profile, and it kind of can share with new customers that you have an Instagram profile, right? Or you have a Facebook page. And that really, once you're kind of expanding, you want to drive followers to your Facebook page and your Instagram as well. So this is just a great way to like kind of expand your audience to people searching for your business in your local area. So no, I love this. This is a great kind of cross-posting automation.
Awesome. So I think, Tripp, we are done with applets, and we now have time for some questions.
Yeah. So we had one. I want to respond to NT really quick. He had a question just about our Twitter trigger quantity of data points, and he said he thinks it's very limited. There's only 5 to 6 data points, so why not return more data points like other automation tools? The current data points we have that we've built out with Twitter are the ones we found the most people use. And if you'd like us to add more, there's a section on the details page that you could suggest a new trigger or a new action. And our team will look at that and kind of once we have a lot of suggestions for the same trigger or action, we can add that to our Twitter service. But thank you for the question. Really appreciate you. Yeah, feel free to ask us any other questions. And then there's another one from Albert in Jasper, Canada. If we can't code, how could we access the code you shared as a template to get us started? Yeah, I think so. There is on our new filter code section, there is a way you can generate filter code with our pro plan, and you it's a no code solution. You basically enter in like the questions you want to change in the filter code, and then you basically copy and paste. It'll generate the filter code for you. I have other videos of our filter code generator tool on our YouTube, so just search that and you can find it. But this code specifically, we can copy and paste, and we'll leave it in the description below.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I would like to I'd like to respond to both of those as well. I would say, NT, I feel you. I have a whole laundry list of endpoints for tons of services that I would like to add. It's definitely, I just like to echo what Tripp said. It's definitely a squeaky wheels gets the grease type of thing in terms of where our engineering hours get spent. And sometimes when you have a service like Twitter that's very popular, there are people like you that, I want to take advantage of every endpoint that's available in that API. And I think sometimes we try our best to simplify things by taking away, just tons of options and make it easy for people that might have a little bit of harder time setting something up that's custom for themselves. And then to you, Jasper, I think in terms of the filter code, so like Tripp said, it is our filter code generator for Pro Plus. It is very intuitive. I look at filter code, and every time I look at it, it is like looking at hieroglyphics for me. So I can say that, if you wanted to take that filter that I showed, and you wanted to use that as a baseline to write your own reviews, and write your own review templates or review response templates using that, if you just go to if.com and then search for the Google My Business profile service, you scroll down, it's like one of the first or second applets that shows up, and it's already an applet that's already been published. So you can simply enable that applet, use it today as is, or you can enable it and then hit the settings tab in the top right, and you can change, those responses to be how you want. And that's probably the quickest way that you could take advantage of that particular code.
Yep. And I've got one more question, and thank you guys for your questions. We'd love to hear them. We'd love to answer them. This one is from Jafir. If you have a SaaS company, how much do you think you should charge for something like this? Any idea? I think so. Charging for a product is really very relevant to where you're located. So geography, and like how valuable that product is. So if you're, building out automations for a client, if it saves them, let's say, 10 hours a week of them actually responding to reviews and like updating their Google My Business profile, then what is that 10 hours a week worth to them, right? Is it, $1,000 a week? That's $4,000 a month, right? So I think price is very, I don't want to say arbitrary, but I think it's very distinct to the value the person is getting. And if you're trying to really communicate with them and kind of consult with them, trying to understand what the value they're getting out of your services, and then build a product that is, I don't want to say don't try and overcharge them, but just that will meet that value in price. And I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you, Jafar. All right, I think we are just at time for questions. We are going to give away one free year of IFT Pro Plus, and I'm going to lean on Tripp. Tripp, I'm going to make you pick the first winner of this series for the one free year of IFT Pro Plus.
Yeah. So actually, Inti, if you're still watching, you're our first question. So I think if you we'd love to give you a free year of Pro Plus. So if you just email us at marketing@if.com and share your information, we'd love to hook you up.
Yeah, Inti, if you'll email us, and I get the sense that Inti already has IFT Pro Plus, but right. we'll be able to take care of you either way. So really appreciate you writing in and joining us today. And for everyone else, we're going to give you 30% off your first year of IFT Pro Plus. And this applies again if you already have IFT Pro Plus. We can still set this up for you, and also email us if you have any problems, or if you've got a different setup. Email us at marketing@if.com. But the code is SEO local. And that'll give you 30% off one year of IFT Pro Plus.
Cool. I think this was great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for all of your questions. We're going to try and do this every couple of weeks. So we're going to kind of start highlighting a lot of the new business services on IFT, just to teach our users how to use our business services a little bit more effective.
Yeah, and we don't have a schedule for this yet, or a time for this yet, but I do know that very soon we're going to do one of these that's all about the AI services on IFT, including a possible ChatGPT plugin as well. So we're really excited to share that with you all.
Oh, and real quick, we just had another question pop in. So how long will the code be valid for the 30% off? It's over the next year. So it's good for 1 year. So yeah, start using it now, or you can wait 12 months and input it.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. That concludes our first live stream. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Glad to have you.